Hello students, a very good morning to you. We are continuing our chapter 1, which is I am revising you since 3 lectures. Chapter 1 of class 10th, that is light process. And in my last lecture I have told you about autotrophic nutrition and we see how plants synthesize their food. In this class we will study about heterotrophic nutrition. Clear students? So heterotrophic nutrition, as we know, is divided into 3 types. One is your parasitic, which we already discussed, parasitic. Another is your saprophytic. And next one is your holozoic. Again I am repeating this. Parasitic means when the organism depends on other living organisms for their nutrition. Saprophytic means those who grows or takes their nutrition from the dead and decaying substances, and holozoic means who takes their food bit by bit means through mouth. So these are the 3 different types of heterotrophic nutrition. Means here we can convert that how human beings and other multicellular and unicellular organisms who can't synthesize their food, they take their nutrition. Clear students? So whether the organism is unicellular or multicellular, it completes its nutrition through 5 steps. Clear? It completes its nutrition through 5 steps. So what are the steps? What are the 5 steps after taking nutrition? First step is ingestion. First step is ingestion. I will tell you what are they. Second is your digestion. Third is absorption. Fourth one is assimilation. And fifth one is excretion. So students, all the heterotrophic organisms, as I have told you, whether it is unicellular or multicellular, they need these steps, means their nutrition is completed through these 5 steps. First step I have told you about ingestion. Ingestion means when the organism puts food into the mouth like this. This is called ingestion, means putting food into the mouth. So we can write here putting food into the mouth is called ingestion. Clear? Next is digestion. As we know that after taking food, digestion process occurs. If we see in case of human beings, salivary glands secrete salivary amylase which acts on food in the mouth. So as we put food into the mouth, so digestion starts from mouth. So we can define digestion means breakdown of complex substance. Breakdown of complex substance into simpler one. Breakdown of complex substance into simpler one. Third step is absorption. Means as we take the food, then our different ducts and glands present in our body and the different type of tissues whose function is to absorb, they start absorbing the nutrient from the digested food. So absorption means observing the digested food or soaking the digested food. Observing the digested food. Next is assimilation. After absorption, what happens? We able to get energy from that food. So simply we can define assimilation as getting energy. Getting energy from absorbed food. Getting energy from absorbed food. Next comes your excretion. Here students, you have to concentrate that excretion. We have already know about excretion. Excretion means simply the waste that is removed through the kidney. But here excretion means we simply removes the undigested food material. Means here excretion is a part of nutrition. Clear? Excretion is a part of nutrition, means it is just a part, but excretion itself is a process. So don't get confused. Simply now you can remember only excretion is the removal of waste or we can say as undigested fecal material. Undigested fecal material from the body. This is called digestion. So here the 5 steps are ingestion, then your digestion, then absorption, then assimilation and egestion. All the organisms, all the heterotrophic organisms completes their nutrition through these 5 steps. So let's see here through diagram that how amoeba-like simple celled organism completes its nutrition. So let's understand it through the diagram. So students, you can see the blackboard how I am drawing the diagram. You can see this is amoeba, this is nucleus, these are the cytoplasms and this is food vacuole. Clear? This is diagram of amoeba, which is a single celled organism. This part is nucleus, this is cytoplasm and this is food vacuole, inside which food is kept. So as it is a simple organism or single celled organism, so it has no specialized organ to take food or to remove food. Then how it takes food and completes its life process, and different processes or various processes occurs inside the body. So let's see. As here I have told you, no organs to collect food, but it has a special ability that it can project pseudopodia. It can project pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means here Pseudopodia. Pseudo means false and podia means fit. As it has no organs to take food, so it projects, means releases pseudopodia or false fit to collect the food. So how this fit comes from the amoeba? You can see again the same diagram, nucleus, then cytoplasm, then this is your food vacuole. Here the pseudopodia is projected by the amoeba and here it is food particle. This is food particle. As I have told you, suppose food particle is here, then the amoeba projects, suppose this is food particle and this is here, then I am amoeba and I will try to collect the food particle. So gradually I will take the food particle into my mouth. Exactly here amoeba also does that, means this is the food particle and this is called pseudopodia. This is called pseudopodia. After projecting the pseudopodia, it tries to collect the food. In this step we can see the projection of pseudopodia and the food particle, and in the next step we can see again the same nucleus, cytoplasm and food vacuole. It completely covers the food. Here the food is not covered by the pseudopodia, but here the food is covered by the pseudopodia, and inside the pseudopodia the amoeba will now tries to enter it into the body. You can see the diagram, this diagram. Here pseudopodia get vanished, the food particle, this is food particle, this is food vacuole, this is food particle and this is food vacuole. In next step we can see that the food particle is now inside the food vacuole. This is food vacuole and this is food particle. This is nucleus, as I have told you, this is nucleus, these are the cytoplasms. So after entering the food into the body, then it enters the food again into the food vacuole. As from food vacuole some hydrolytic enzymes are secreted which helps in the digestion of food. So here these 5 steps we can see here. This is the simple diagram of amoeba and it shows nucleus, this is food vacuole, this is cytoplasm. Then here pseudopodia is projected from the body of amoeba towards or in the direction of the food particle. Next the food particle is covered by the pseudopodia and next the food is entered into the body of amoeba and then it goes to the food vacuole where its digestion occurs. And after digestion again the food vacuole is now converted into contractile vacuole. Students, remember the terms. The food vacuole was working as food vacuole till food is present in it. But after the food get digested, then as I have told you, it is a single celled organism. So it has no specialized organs to take food and to release the waste. So here after digestion of food, the food vacuole again converted into contractile vacuole. Here we can say this vacuole is now contractile vacuole, and function of contractile vacuole is to store waste. Clear, students? So this is how amoeba takes its nutrition. This question will either come in your 5 marks or come in 2 marks practical based question through diagram. So the different steps how amoeba takes its food. So you can draw these 5 diagrams and you can label the different parts, and then you can explain the 5 steps which already I have told you. So students, next topic is human nutrition. Here I have told you about the nutrition taken by a single celled organism. Now we are going to study about that how a multicellular organism like human beings take its nutrition. Exactly what happens as happened in case of amoeba. So human nutrition also completed through these 5 steps, that are same ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, then assimilation and digestion. We will not study as I have told you here. So let's directly study about human nutrition. Human nutrition. As we know, human is a multicellular organism and omnivorous. Human being is omnivorous. Omnivorous means those who takes both meat and herbs and plant products. So we can say that human beings are omnivorous. They are depend both on plants and animals for their food. Or we can say who takes both plants or plant products, animals or animal products. So what type of food is taken by us? We are taking carbohydrate, protein, fat, minerals, vitamins, roughage, etc. etc. So when we are taking this food, our body have a system. Our body has a system to utilize this different type of food, to digest different type of food, to get energy, to release this waste. So how this process occurs? So in this class, I will tell you about human digestive system, and we will study about human digestive system. We also draw diagram to understand the human digestive system. But let's see what are the organs that make the digestive system. Human digestive system consists of, means it starts from mouth and ends at anus. Starts from mouth and ends at anus. And it is consists of, first as I have told you, mouth, then esophagus, this is also called food pipe. Esophagus means food pipe. Then stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. So these are the organs of digestive system. Instead of these organs, some glands are also present in human body to act on different type of food. So what are these glands? Means the glands which helps in the digestion. The glands are salivary gland. This is present in the mouth, inside the mouth, salivary gland. Then after salivary gland, we come to the gastric glands. This is present in the stomach, gastric gland. Then liver, then pancreas, then the glands of intestine, glands of intestine. So these are the organs which constitute the human digestive system. So students, let's start in detail through diagram. Human digestive system. You can see I am not drawing the diagram in a so much lengthy way. I just want to tell you that how you can make any diagram within 3 to 5 seconds. But still I am using some time as you are revising. So you must take your time to understand it in detail. Then we can make the diagram as I have told you. You can see here. This is mouth. Then move towards this is stomach. You can see. Then this part is your large intestine. You can see here. This is large intestine. Then here the small intestine. The name is small intestine, but actually it is more longer than large intestine. Here is the appendix. This is rectum. We will level it. First you see the diagram, and this part is liver. It is bilobe structure. This is liver. So students, you can see the diagram. This part represents the mouth, and after mouth, this is mouth, and these are the buccal cavities. These are the buccal cavities. We can say it buccal cavity, inside which we put our food and we chew the food. This is mouth. This is buccal cavity. Then move towards the esophagus. This is called esophagus. This is also called food pipe. This is esophagus, or we can say as food pipe. Then next move towards the stomach. This part is stomach. This part is stomach, and this is liver. This part is liver, and this is pancreas. This part is pancreas. Then this one is large intestine. This is large intestine, and here the diagram you can see I have made. This is represent the small intestine. This part is small intestine, and here there is appendix is present between the small intestine and large intestine. So here is the appendix. This is appendix. This part is called rectum, and this part is called anus, through which the undigested food is removed. So students, let's understand it in detail. So as I have told you, during ingestion we put food into our mouth and digestion starts from mouth. Let's understand the different parts that are present inside the mouth and helps in the digestion of food. So inside mouth there is a teeth is present, that is 32 in numbers, but you should not, I think you don't know that we have our arrangement of teeth is called diphyodont, because we bear teeth in our life 2 times. Once milk teeth, which is 20 in number, milk teeth, which is 20 in number, and then permanent teeth, they are 32 in number. So how the 32 teeth arranged inside our mouth, which is called your dental formula. Clear students? So what is dental formula? Dental formula means the arrangement of teeth inside the sockets of the jaw, or how the teeth are arranged in the jaw socket. So dental formula is 2123 upon 2123. It means, as we know, we have 4 different types of teeth for chewing food. So these 4 different types of teeth are incisor, then your canine, premolar and molar. Here the formula I have wrote is represent only half the part of the mouth. Means suppose I open my mouth, this is my mouth, this part from here to here represent half, means 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So completely into 4. So if I do here 4 multiply 4, then 4 2s are 8 plus 4 1s are 4 plus 4 2s are 8 plus 4 3s are 12. If we add this 12 plus 8, 20 plus 12, 32. So how we can we can multiply here 2 to get 16 on the upper jaw and 16 on the lower jaw. The teeth arranged as 16 on upper jaw and 16 on lower jaw. So the number of incisors is 2 in one side, then canine is 1, premolar is 2 and molar is 3. So 2, 1, 2, 3 upon 2, 1, 2, 3 is called as the dental formula. The function of incisor is to incise, means to tear or to cut. Suppose like when we are eating any fruits, then we bite like this. So this is helps in incisor. These two teeth represent, here the teeth represent the incisor. Next canine, which is also called as dog teeth, means kutte ki dant, which is pointed. You can see the teeth that is pointed like this. This is present in us. Still we are not taking meat. You are not taking meat, meat and fish, but still you have these teeth. It shows that during evolution, when human evolves, then they must be used to eat meat. That's why their teeth is modified to, or its structure is like this. But gradually, when we start eating both meat and plant products, then our teeth is get modified into different structures. So students, incisor is to bite the food, then canine is to tear the meat, then premolar and molar both are help in grinding. We can say these two type of teeth as grinding teeth because they are help in grinding. Means when we put food into the mouth, then it goes towards the buccal cavity by the help of tongue. As I am teaching you here about the mouth parts, how they are help in the digestion. So when we put food into the mouth by the help of tongue, tongue is a muscular structure present between the teeth and it helps in the movement of food to different directions, and the tongue moves the food towards the buccal cavity, means this part, and after putting the food we start chewing. Clear students? So this is about mouth parts. Next, in the mouth, next move to buccal cavity, where 3 pair of salivary glands are present. Here 3 pair of salivary glands, 3 pair of salivary gland is present. And from salivary gland, the enzyme secreted is called salivary amylase. Salivary amylase. Salivary amylase helps in the digestion of glucose or carbohydrate type of food. So means when we put food into the mouth, then the breakdown of glucose starts from the mouth, not other food. Only the glucose or carbohydrate type of food start digestion inside the mouth. Okay students? So when digestion occurs in the mouth and the mastication of food also occurs by the help of teeth. Mastication means chewing, chavana. When we masticate the food in the mouth, it mixes with the salivary amylase enzyme which is secreted from the salivary gland. And after this, the food is get converted into bolus. This is called bolus. The food is converted into bolus. If the question I ask you, how is bolus formed? The bolus is formed after mastication or chewing of food when it mixes with the salivary amylase. And then the bolus moves through the esophagus, which is muscular structure and consists of cartilage bones. Then there is a peristaltic movement occurs, means the food we take is directly not come towards the stomach. It gradually comes towards the stomach due to peristaltic movement. Means here expansion, then contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. So means when the food is here, this part get expanded, and when the food again comes towards downwards, then that part get contracted and the lower part get extended or expanded. So in this way, the food comes towards the stomach. Here, sphincter muscles are present which will allow the food to move slowly. Remember students, here sphincter muscles are present which moves the food slowly towards the stomach. When it comes towards the stomach, inside the stomach there are so many gastric glands are present, and from these gastric glands there are gastric glands. And from gastric glands, gastric juice is secreted. The juice is called gastric juice. And the gastric juice contains, see students, look at the blackboard. The gastric juice contains HCl, mucus and pepsin. Clear? HCl, mucus and pepsin. HCl makes the food acidic. Clear? In the stomach, when the food comes towards the stomach, and in stomach, gastric glands secrete HCl, which is called hydrochloric acid, and its pH is 1.5. So it is more acidic and it makes or converts the food acidic, as well as it kills the microorganisms that are present in the food. Then after mixing with hydrochloric acid, the enzyme pepsin start digesting the protein. Means here we see carbohydrates, digestion occurs in the mouth, but in the stomach start digestion of protein. And mucus also helps in the digestion of protein, as well as it protects the inner lining of the stomach from the excess hydrochloric acid. As we know, if one drop of acid is fall on your hand or leg, then what will happen? It may burn that part. Exactly when we are not taking food for a long time period, but the secretion of HCl will continuous. It will never stop. So if there is no food, then its direct secretion is on the inner lining of the stomach, which is muscular. It may burn the lining of the stomach and cause ulcer. Then ulcer tends to cause cancer. So here what happened? Here the mucus that is also secreted from gastric gland makes a thick layer, due to which the inner lining do not get burned due to HCl. Clear? Next, after the food get converted into acidic, then it moves towards the next chamber, that is called small intestine. Students, remember here, small intestine, before it reaches the small intestine, it have to make itself alkaline for the digestion of the pancreatic enzyme to it. Means the enzymes that are secreted from pancreas can't act on acidic food. So it have to be make itself alkaline. That's why the secretions from liver. Here is the gallbladder. You heard about gallbladder. Some people operate their gallbladder due to stone. Gallbladder stores bile and forms or secretes bile. Liver secretes bile. Bile is a salt. Remember, bile is not an enzyme. Bile is a salt. Bile is a salt, and its function is to converting the large fat globules into small fat globule, or we can say as the function of bile is to emulsify the fat. It has two functions. It emulsifies the fat as well as makes the food alkaline. Clear students? So bile has two functions. We can write here that it breaks the large fat globule as well as converts the acidic food into alkaline. So after the food get alkaline, here the secretion of pancreatic juice, means pancreatic enzyme, which is trypsin and lipase. Sometimes some amount of amylase is also secreted. So they act on the alkaline protein. Clear students? Trypsin acts on alkaline protein, but here pepsin in the stomach acts on acidic protein. But here trypsin acts on alkaline protein. Next is your lipase. Lipase acts on the emulsified fat. What is the question will come? What is emulsification? Emulsification is the conversion of large fat globules into small fat globule is called emulsification. Remember students, conversion of large fat globules into small fat globule is called emulsification. Why emulsification is necessary? If emulsification will not occur, then what happens? Then the lipase can digest the fat. As I have told you, we are omnivorous and we take different type of food. Means we take carbohydrate, protein, fat, etc. Then how they get digested and which foods get digested in which part of the digestive system. So here students, you can understand the pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which acts on the alkaline protein, as well as after emulsification the small fat globules also get digested by lipase. Next, in the small intestine, as we know that small intestine is the last site of digestion, means digestion completed here. Students, I want to tell you another thing, that 30% of carbohydrate get digested inside the mouth. 30% of carbohydrate get digested inside the mouth. Rest of the 70% carbohydrate get digested inside the small intestine as it secretes amylase. Here the enzyme breaks the carbohydrate is salivary amylase. Here we can say as intestinal amylase. Clear? Next, as it secretes different type of enzymes, so the complete digestion of food occurs in the small intestine. So how these foods are get converted into simpler forms? Students, you can see here that carbohydrate converted into glucose, then protein get converted into amino acid. This is the simpler form. Then fat get digested into fatty acid and glycerol. Fatty acid and glycerol. Clear students? So in small intestine, carbohydrate get converted into glucose, which is the simpler form of carbohydrate, can digest easily. Then your protein get converted into amino acids. Fat get converted into fatty acid and glycerol, which are the simpler form of the foods which we have taken through mouth. And after digestion, the small intestine has numerous finger-like structures or projections. These are called as villi. The numerous finger-like structures are called villi. After digestion of food, they increase the surface area. Means if you saw the diagram, they are arranged like this. But after absorption, the villi are expanded, and here they increase the surface area for absorption of the digested food. After absorption of digested food, next the undigested food moves towards the large intestine, and in large intestine only the absorption of water occurs. Remember students, the absorption of water occurs only in large intestine, and the drugs we are taking, means the medicines we are taking, some amount of also get absorbed by the large intestine. And after absorption, the undigested fecal material which is called fecus, or we can say as in Hindi if I say you, then this is called poti, that is stored in the rectum and comes through anus. While it's storing in the semi-liquid form, and it comes through anus, which is called bowel movement. Means early in the morning we go to release this fecal material through anus, and this movement is called bowel movement. Clear student? Here is the appendix. Appendix is called the vestigial organ. Appendix is called the vestigial organ. Appendix is called the vestigial. Vestigial means useless. Vestigial organ. Vestigial means useless, which is not used. This is useless. Why this is called useless organ? Because as I have told you, during human evolution, human beings are not so familiar about different type of foods, so they used to take raw foods, means kacha khana. So to digest these raw foods, means to digest the cellulose present in the raw food, appendix helps. But while we are start eating the cooked food, then the appendix gradually getting dysfunction, means it is useless. But still it is present in our body and provides us immunity by trapping the microorganisms. Clear? If we remove appendix from our body due to any problem, then it will not affect our body. So this is called useless organ. So students, these are the different parts of digestive system and their function. Here you remember, while the food particle mixes with the hydrochloric acid in the stomach, this is not in your syllabus but still you can remember this. While the food particle mixes with the acid or HCl in the stomach, the movement is called churning movement. You can remember churning movement. Churning movement means mixing of food with HCl in the stomach. Mixing of food with HCl in the stomach. So students, this is all about your human digestive system. We will study some more about this in our next class.